Today I'm taking a look at MHB Green, the new plugin by Kazrog, modeled after a compressor I've never heard of. So it's not something I obviously have experience with, but I've heard great things about the plugin. Starting with a quick listen to this track from the beginning, just going to play it with nothing on it, and then I'm going to start introducing these on different stems and then on the mix bus at the end. And after I go through everything, I'm just going to give you my personal rating on this, what I think of it, and want to hear your thoughts as well.
Every night I think about something I said, something you did, conversations we had, now you're dead.
All right, so I have this loaded on the piano, the vocals, the drums, and on the mix bus. We're going to start by engaging it just on the pianos here. Let's see how it sounds in the default setting. Okay, big level increase. Okay, I think I'm going to like this, though, because the richness of that saturation sounds amazing. So what we have here, starting from the bottom left, is we have saturation, which you can bring back down to 0 or crank all the way up to 39, and this is supposed to be level compensated. Then you have the tube makeup gain, which is going to be really cool because you can use this by bypassing the compressor and just using this as an amp gain saturator tube emulator thing. Cool. We'll check that out too. Attack and release. We have the manual setting and then amp mode. This is going to be how you bypass the compressor. And then these are going to be different kind of preset attack and release variations. But I'm going to leave it on manual for now. I don't think this knob works at all. Power knob. And then threshold. Click here and you're going to have your input, your output, which you can link. Your wet and dry and warmth, which I'm wondering if I'm noticing this is quite a bright sound quite right out the gate. So I'm hoping that this warmth is going to tame back some of those highs that are introduced. So I'm just going to mess with this a little bit, see how quick it is to get a sound that I like, and then we'll move on.
Every night I think about something I said, something you did, conversations we had, now you're dead. Every day I see your shadow with me, how could this be, now you're always with me, now you're. Every night I think about something I said, something you did, conversations we had, now you're dead. Every day I see your shadow with me, how could this be?
Okay, that is sweet. Saturation sounds amazing on this. I'm not getting a lot of pumping out of it. Don't call me crazy, getting a little bit of Fairchild vibes from this. Sounds sick. Let's move on to the drums. I'm going to switch to a section where the drums are a little bit more intense. And once again, I'll have it off and then we'll just introduce it and I'll play around with some settings.
Every night I think about something I said, something you did, conversations we had.
God, it's one of those really big gain boosts that does trick the ear. So if you're hopping into this, remember, it's good to level match. Don't trick yourself. This is cool so far, but yeah, you're getting a big level boost just by engaging this. So what I want to try on this is I'm going to try some compression first, and then I'm going to put it just on amp mode, which is going to be using the saturation circuits, but leaving the compression alone. So starting with compression.
Every night I think about something I said, something you did, conversations we had, now you're dead. Every day I see your shadow with me, how could this be, now you're always with me, now you're dead.
That sounds sweet. Really quick to use this thing, and it does have, I mean, I hate saying this, but it has the analog vibe. It does. So let's switch over to amp mode now, or I guess I'll use the B setting so that I can come back to this. I'm going to switch it over to amp mode now, bypassing the threshold, still going to be able to use this tube input and the saturation. So I'll bring everything down, and let's see how this sounds.
Every night I think about something I said,
So this warmth knob is, I think, where the magic really can happen because the saturation is way crazy on the high end, low end, and mid range. It's an all over saturator that I think sounds great. But this warmth knob is, I think, boosting the lows a little bit and really taming those highs. So as we listen to this section of the drums, listen to how much I can control the hats and not get too overly bright just by introducing some of the warmth. Great for finding the sweet spot. So now let's look at the vocals. I'm going to take a look at some of the presets, see if this is something you can kind of just hop right into and find a good starting point. So let's go to Michael Brower. So this is his unit that it was based off of. So let's see what he did with this thing. I'm going to go to vocal, male, not rock, and let's see how this sounds.
Every night I think about something I said.
Okay, so too bright for me, too loud for me. Let's start by dialing it back a little bit.
Every night I think about something I said, something you did, conversations we had, now you're dead. Every day I see your shadow with me, how could this be? Now you're always with me, now you're dead. Sometimes I think about my life and I don't understand nothing. I just know that I love you. Lately, reminded I'm your baby, the DNA that makes.
Sweet. I mean, this preset was not perfect just going in, but it never will be because we all record at different levels, and so it's always good to tinker it a little bit, but this was a pretty great preset for this. Let me check out the male rock just to see what that sounds like.
Every night I think about something I said, something you did, conversations we had, now you're dead. Every day I see your shadow with me, how could this be? Now you're always with me, now you're dead.
That's dirty, and I love it. Really, really great. You're starting to hear a little bit more pumping in that because this was hitting the compressor harder, but it sounds really nice. Okay, last, let's check this out on the mix bus.
Every night I think about something I said, something you did, conversations we had, now you're dead. Every day I see your shadow with me, how could this be? Now you're always with me, now you're dead. Sometimes I think about my life and I don't understand nothing. I just know that I love you. Lately, reminded I'm your baby, the DNA that made me. Please just know I love you. Every night I think about something I said, something you did, conversations we had, now you're dead. Every day I see your shadow with me, how could this be? Now you're always with me, now you're dead. Dead, 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 now you're dead. Dead, 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 now you're dead. You taught me that life is just a game and that nothing really matters. It's always round the corner. Thank you for everything you gave me. You always had my back, yeah. You always had the time for me. Every night I think about something I said, something
right, so this is no joke. This is not a scammy plugin whatsoever. Sounds amazing. Would love to hear what the hardware sounds like. Never heard of this thing. It looks crazy. I love the GUI on this. I'm going to give this an 8.9. This is definitely going to be something in my toolkit for sure. Definitely mix tool, possibly a mastering tool. Maybe just adding the saturation would sound great on the master. I love it. I'll be using it. I want to know what you guys think. Did I miss something? I know I didn't go over these switches here enough, but I just wanted to give my first look. And if I figure out something that's amazing on this, I'll come back and make another video. But otherwise, I'll see you guys soon.